Good morning, everyone. So today there is the whole group all together for the final session before the BioHackathon. Yeah, here is not the whole group, but some of it. So I will present a few slides just to reply a few questions and maybe update you and give you a bit of a spoiler about what we will go through for the BioHackathon. Okay, so yeah, we are in the spoiler session. As always, here you have the QR code to register, but you will have the QR code again at the end of this presentation. So first thing first, the questions. We got not a lot of questions, and the one question was about special transcriptomics. I would like to highlight that for the BioHackathon itself, there won't be any need for about studying special transcriptomics, since the analysis will focus on single-cell RNA-seq and will focus on everything that we covered so far in the webinars. Even though I would like just to reply to this question and say that anyway, spatial transcriptomics is indeed the bioinformatic part, at least, quite similar compared to the single-cell RNA-seq. Indeed, you can use tools such as Seura. A lot of people use Seura, even though it's not really specifically made for analyzing. And when I say analyzing, I'm talking about preprocessing and clustering and feature selection. Even though Seura is not really specific for special transcriptomics, it can be used. I personally also use Seura for that. I mean, there are tools that are specific for special transcriptomics, for example, Stardust, but you can kind of use whatever, any other tool that is flagged special transcriptomics. So if you are planning to use what we teach you during this webinar for special transcriptomics, you can definitely give it a try. Now, going to the BioHackathon, the spoiler, what everyone was wanted to hear. So the BioHackathon will focus on the analysis of a specific data set. You can already find this data set online. There is this paper that can describe very well what the data set has, so all the subpopulation and everything. And it's pretty nice that you can download also the data set through this QR code, because this is a CINI app link. And through this CINI app, you can already see the subpopulation that are included in this single-cell RNA-seq experiment. And you can select how many cells for each of these subpopulation you want, and you can just generate the data set, download, and also how many data set, that means that how many group with this specific cell you want. Yeah, of course you have to set the seed, because whenever if you say like 50 cell and in total you have 1000 cell for this group, of course this will be random. So if you don't set the seed, the data set will always be different. So keep also this thing in mind. So if you want to have like a training session, a private training session, so if you want to study and prepare for the BioHackathon, I really suggest to download this data set, read the paper, and train with whatever we told you. So singularity, preprocessing algorithm, and the clustering algorithm, and feature selection. So this is everything that you need to know. Of course, you won't need just to stick with all the tools and the parameters that we showed you, because I mean, you will see reading this paper that some algorithm like Seura and some parameters were already used. So you need to get creative. So in this period that separates us from the BioHackathon day, I really suggest you also to read the other clustering algorithm, other preprocessing step. And then that day, you will have you will work on this data set, you will find already the data set downloaded in your working space, and it won't be like all the cell like a full data set. It will be, of course, a subset of this one. But just so you know, if you want to train, you can really just go over it with this one. It won't be any difference from what you see over here. And so as you already saw before, there are like also this, you can definitely find it on the paper with a higher resolution and also explained better, in a better way that I'm doing right now. Also with all the biology that is behind it is also very important. So you have all this subpopulation, and they, most of it clustered pretty well. You have also a dendrogram just to show how they group together. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not going to say what you will have to do, just what you will use. So, train on singularity. It is very important that the reproducibility of everything that you will do will be covered. Because, I mean, there is no way we can reproduce your same and actually evaluate your code if we cannot reproduce your analysis. So, please, train on singularity. The first two webinars, super important. Train on clustering, preprocessing step, and also think about the biology, because that's always the question, and that's the question you have to answer at some point. So the biology is also important. So read the paper. Remember, bring your laptop. I know it can be funny, but it can be a funny reminder, but really bring your laptop, like you need it. Install Singularity on your laptop. Of course, you will have the chance of using the Singularity and the machines that we will provide on the HPC, but you will work you are more person in the same group. So if you want to work at the same time and you have to build a Singularity machine, well, I really suggest you to bring your laptop and have installed Singularity on it. Just as a reminder, if you don't have Linux installed, you can definitely cover this problem installing a VM on your computer. And then last but not the least, of course, register to the biohackathon, because if you don't register, then it will be a problem. So special thanks for all the people that joined this webinar. Actually, I would like to special thank Salvatore. Maybe if you want to say a few words, like he was always the one, the man in the back, how to say, like the man that actually supported all of us from the technical part. I don't know if I forgot to say anything, so please, someone else, like if you want to say something. Okay, great. So it was faster than we expected, and the last thing that you don't have to forget, of course, is to have fun. I mean, that day it will be just about that. So great. See you then the 10th of June. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.